Hi guys, welcome back on the channel. On today's video we're going to talk about 3 things I'm missing from MANOR LORDS. Being predominantly a miniature wargamer, in the hobby we strive for historical accuracy. We check miniatures, we check armor, we check styles, we check rules, we check campaigns. Everything has to be accurate. I've been wargaming the 100 Years' War, the period approximately MANOR LORDS is designed for, and I think I have a good idea of what is required for a game to succeed, specifically in that period. So without any delay, let's start and talk about the 3 things I'm missing from MANOR LORDS. 1. Mounted units. Obviously, I don't expect to have a great number of mounted units or different mounted units like mounted longbowman or mounted crossbowman, but I was expecting one type, maybe light cavalry, maybe hobbilars. I think any medieval game, especially during the 100 Years' War period, should have at least one mounted unit. It would give a lot of variety to the battles, and it should have been there, even in early access. 2. Terrain. Although terrain is amazing, very beautiful, I've played 40 hours MANOR Lord. I think that streams, rivers and bridges are missing. Something very common during the medieval times. Many battles were fought around these areas. I would expect this to be added very soon, and from what I heard, this is going to be the case. This gives a lot of interesting strategic option in a battlefield. You're having a smaller retinue, but you block the bridge, so your opponent doesn't have the numerical advantage. Or you are at the banks of the river. The rivers have shallow spots and deep spots that your opponent has to cross, disordering him. So I believe that these terrain pieces, as we say, these features should have been added and must be added. The third thing I don't like that much is the way you're conquering areas. Now, MANOR LORDS has one amazing characteristic that I haven't seen in other games. It's basically talking about minor lords. It could be retainers, it could be poor knights, but it's not talking about the great nobles that most of the games are concerned with. For example, Total War, you're a king, or you're a prince, you're a great commander, you command empires. But MANOR Lord is focusing on the small, on the poor knights and commander, the one that is not from a very famous or noble family. Obviously, from the game's scale, you can see that the areas are very close to each other and make sense. It's MANOR LORDS. So it doesn't make sense to me whenever you conquer a new area, you have to rebuild again a new city. It really doesn't make sense. We're talking about very small distances. I would prefer if as soon as you conquer an area, all the resources becomes yours. Obviously, you have to build buildings that will be able to gather these resources, but this will come to your main city, to your first city, and will be part of your treasury and of your granary, of your supplies. Then I can understand that your city, your town, your village is expanding in this second area. You can build houses like a continuation of your original town, but I don't like the idea that in a very, very small space between 2 very small areas, and again I'm going back saying that this is MANOR LORDS, so it's not even provinces, you build a new city that is totally isolated from your original one. I think this should be rectified in order to achieve accuracy. So this is my opinion, guys. I hope I will read your comments in the comment section of the video. We're going to have a lot of videos on MANOR Lord, and we're going to have a campaign with William Gisby. William Gisby was a retainer who fought in Agincourt, not a very famous knight, and I think it fits the whole profile of the game. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye. Have a great evening.